Hello everybody, how's it going? And welcome back to the Horsey and Fox podcast. This is episode 3. I'm of course one of your hosts, James, and I'm joined by George.
How's it going, boys?
Try not to say as always, but that's the only intro that I know. So
that's
there
okay.
You go.
It's a little Easter egg for everyone that was there for the as always day.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's everyone listening to this. So like,
there might be one or two
Easter egg.
people, you know.
There's one person that only knows the Horsey and Fox pod.
Yeah, and we love you, whoever you are. We love you. We do. Thank you. But yeah, we're back today with episode 3. It's I'm sure last episode got some interesting comments. I've not been looking at them personally.
I had a read of them,
but you know, what were they like?
People were just like, "I'll take."
Good.
Great. There was a
good.
diversity of comments in there. There was people that were like, "Yeah, you know, I appreciate you guys can have discourse about this, even though you've got differing opinions, and talk about it level-headedly and stuff like that." So there was some nice comments.
That's good.
The vast majority of them were pretty reasonable and nice. So yeah.
Well, that's nice. That's pretty good. I will say though, I think from last episode, I probably have a few different thoughts. From probably where I was. I feel like I don't disagree with everything I said, but I also do probably think I don't know. There was a bit of frustration in there, I think. It's less about Hogwarts Legacy. Like, I don't care about that game in the slightest. It's more about people dismissing like social issues more than anything. And I think making Hogwarts Legacy the hill to die on for that was probably a stupid move for, I don't know.
That's what
I feel like
when it is frustrating, when people's human rights are being, disregarded. It's
really just that. And I think in general, I mean, you look at, probably the way the people have gone about it in the, like, J.K. Rowling said, I feel like any sales of this game means that I'm justified. That should immediately been dismissed as like, well, that's not true. If anyone buys this game, it doesn't mean they're transphobic, more than doubling down on, oh no, J.K. Rowling's right, it does mean that actually. Because that's kind of like a bit
she's
stupid.
She's just trying to bait people, like, so obvious. Like, that is such an obvious bait, like, oh god. It's but yeah, I just wanted to reiterate that I don't think you're a bad person if you buy Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy doesn't matter. It just was it was sort of like a segue into, I guess talking about the frustrations with, the issues with trans people are facing, I guess, and that was really frustrating,
it. So,
man. Like, it is,
there is that. I'd recommend for anybody sort of like on the fence, or maybe that agreed with me, or maybe that did disagree with me, to listen to like sort of like a measured sort of take on it, or not necessarily a take but an experience with it. Something that sort of tipped my mind a little bit is if anybody knows Girlfriend Reviews, it's a great gaming related channel. They made a video on Hogwarts Legacy and what they were dealing with regards to it, and I think it was quite a good video on it.
She's the one that got harassed in her stream comments, wasn't she? And she's like started crying as a result.
I believe so.
And the dude was like, "Well, you've done it now." And then they had to end the stream.
So it was, it's an interesting one, and there's obviously a lot of nuance to it. So
crazy amounts of nuance, for sure.
Yeah, I did just want to say that at the top of the show. But to get on with the show, how are you? How you doing? How you been since last week?
Doing pretty good.
Nice.
We had a good time yesterday playing Final Fantasy VII. I'm really starting to enjoy it now, so I'm happy about that.
Fantastic. That is what we like to hear.
Yeah, boy.
Nice. Very, very good. And, of course, an update on your Horizon video. How's it going?
It's crazy to think that there'll be one day we won't have to do these updates anymore.
I know.
Where I last got to in the editing, I was literally editing some last night before I fell asleep. Like, I really wanted to edit deep into the night so I could get this next bit done, but I just got too tired. I just finished the embassy, so the embassy's done. Aloy's got the shield wing. And now I'm doing, because it's the first time in the game where you're let out into the open world for the very first time, I'm doing my open world overview, where I'll be going through all the biomes, the wildlife, the machines, and the way that the world funnels you through. You know how you've got like the buffer zones, like you've got the mountains, like you'll have like the the Sundom and No Man's Land, and then you have the mountains, and then you have Plain Song and like Cinnabar Sands, and then you have another set of mountains, and then you have more biomes after that, and then you've got the San Francisco Bay, and then the Isle of Spires. All these biomes are split up by these different sort of mountainous regions, or the San Francisco Bay. Yeah, basically, I called them buffer zones in my video. That's what that section's going to be about. It's about half an hour or 40 minutes of me talking about the open world and just all the different things in it and all the settlements, and oh god, it's going to be fun to record the footage for it though, because it's going to be one of those sort of cinematic, like using photo mode, so it's going to be like loads of like nice shots and stuff. So yeah, that's where I'm at, and then after that I'm going to go straight on to, what is it, the Dying Land, or not Death's Door, it is the Dying Land, I'm pretty sure, where you go to the Horus, where Silence took Hades, go into the Topolis, and then you end up in Plain Song. So making our way through the game.
Holy shit,
it's taken ages, but it'll be good.
You know, that's some nice progress. It'll be done eventually.
It will be.
And it'll be done probably after Burning Shores comes out.
Oh, when does that come out?
You know, April.
Oh no, I reckon. Okay, I fucking.
There's no way you're gonna have it done before Burning Shores comes out. There's just no way.
I really want to get it done before I turn 22, like in the next like sort of 25ish days or however long it's gonna.
But you've only you've edited through what? You said yesterday. You said you'd done like an hour.
Hour and 40.
And the video's gonna be like 10 hours.
Yeah.
And you're gonna do what you've edited currently again 9 times.
Well, yeah, but
in under a month. Well,
to be fair, actually, I think the bit that will take the longest is the bits that aren't related to the main story, because that's what will require the most extra recording of footage that I don't think I have. Like, I have the footage of side quests and stuff, but I want, obviously, cinematic shots and, like, you know, stuff like that to make it feel a little bit more involved, opposed to just having gameplay in the background while I'm talking for ages. So the story parts will be quick. They're so quick and snappy to do, because I don't have to do any extra recording. I've already got it all there. But when it comes to stuff like, you know, the bit that I'm at currently with the open world and all that, it's going to take a little bit longer. So it really depends how quickly I can get these sections done.
Interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. It comes out when it comes out anyway. I'm not worried about like a release date. But like ideally, I'd like to get it done before the end of March, and before the Burning Shores for sure. Like I think that'd be a good sort of window to release it. But yeah. That's the Horizon video. That'll work out. I'm sure loads of people will watch it and it won't just tank immediately because it's like 12 hours long. That's fine.
Well, I don't know. I reckon you should call it, or put in the thumbnal, like the 10-hour review or something. So people are like, holy shit.
It's self-aware.
It'll be good. But yeah, no, that's exciting.
For sure.
As for me, by the time this podcast comes out, my God of War video will be out.
Oh, yeah.
As of recording this, it's coming out in about 3 hours. So,
holy shit.
That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to all of the discourse surrounding that.
For sure.
I cannot wait. Although, I will say, like, the comments have been very split. Like, there's not been many people in the middle. It's either been people that have gone, oh, fuck you, I'm so excited for this. People that have gone, fuck you.
Yeah.
And not really any in-betweens, which is...
I had a look at the comments.
You know,
there were a lot of people that just seemed annoyed. And it's like, why are you annoyed? It's a fucking video.
What are you annoyed about? It's a YouTube video on a video game. Calm down.
Like, doesn't matter. It's fine if you enjoy God of War Ragnarok, because it's a pretty good game. Like, it's a pretty good game.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine if you enjoy God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Which is a point I make in the video. It's the conclusion that I draw. It's, you know, if people watch all the way to the end, I think they're gonna come out of it feeling pretty good. Even if you like Ragnarok, you're probably going to be like, oh, I disagree. But, like, I think you'll come out of it feeling that I didn't, like... I don't know, I feel like you look at Odyssey Broke Me. That video is very emotionally charged. Yeah. Like, if you don't like Odyssey, I'm insulting you.
Yeah,
I'm calling you a fucking idiot. And people love that video. People think that video is fantastic.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And if I were to make it now, I'd probably make it like a little bit differently.
Yeah.
But this video is not that at all. Like, this video is very measured. There is a portion in it where it's like very over the top, but I'm doing it to make a point where like I'm like sort of losing my mind a little bit. Like I have a whole like, corkboard with fucking string attached to pictures and stuff.
I saw that.
I posted a picture of it on Twitter. So that was fun to put together.
Yeah.
But that's more for entertainment than it is like real.
Yeah. Like it highlights a point, but it's also like a joke as well. Like it's sort of does both at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. And the end of the video, just to completely spoil it for anybody, the very final thing I say in the critique, other than like a little joke that happens afterwards, is just saying like despite all of these issues, if you still love God of War, that's really good, because it means that as a piece of art, it's done what it was supposed to do. So no matter the fact that it failed at a lot of common conventions, or like it was mispaced, or the writing fell flat, or this didn't gel with this system, none of that matters if it worked for you, because it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
It's all about perspective, in it, really.
Which is the point, because it's like, I can critically analyze this thing, but at the end of the day, none of that matters if the game worked for you on an emotional level. So which is sort of like the conclusion that I draw, which is like, there's value in the critique, but it's not the be-all, end-all of an opinion.
No.
Which is, and I left a little comment as well, pinned comment, which is just like, despite all of this stuff, which is like, I love going into it, like doing a critical analysis of a thing. I think it's really fun.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that necessarily it reflects how I feel on the game, because I don't hate God of War Ragnarok at all. And I think doing this critique was quite cathartic as well, in that, like, coming out the other end of it, I sort of feel like I actually do like the game more than I did before, because now I've got all of it out of my system. I can actually overlook a lot of the flaws now, like in a casual, like, consumer sense. So, like, when I replay the game,
you can like point them out quite like clearly.
Yeah, and I can be like, look, I've made that critical analysis, and here it is. Like, that exists now. Now I can just kind of enjoy the good bits.
Yeah, exactly. Like the combat,
so I'm sure,
and the boss battles and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I'm sure if I replay it, I'll be like, having fun. It'll be nice, but
one day you can
it was fun to make.
Like on New Game Plus on stream or something, just to see if you feel the same way about it.
Yeah, it'll be a fun little time. But
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I feel like, even people that don't like it, if they make it to the end of the video, or even if they get a little bit of the way through, they'll realise that the production quality and the amount of time you put into it sort of makes it worth watching, even if they don't agree with it anyway. That's what I find with a lot of big videos. Like even if it's a video that I'm like, I don't particularly agree with that title, but it's like, this video is so well made that I can respect that person's viewpoint on it, because they clearly have put a lot of thought into it. Like, it's not just them going, this is fucking shit, mate, it's shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bunch of well-made points.
It's not like just the Ragnarok video, which is one of my favourite videos of all time. But it's, I've looked through, in making my video, a lot of God of War Ragnarok critiques, and there's none like my one. There's just not.
No.
All of the ones that are negative are just these people just ranting with gameplay in the background, going, oh, it's not like the original trilogy, it's fucking slow and boring in its cutscenes, and it's like, that is not a fucking critique. That's dumb.
Yeah.
You hated 2018, so you hate Ragnarok. Like, it's not the same thing.
It's like people that like the classics, and they grew up with God of War 1 to 3, and like that's the old style that they like, and they're sad that it's moved on, and that's fine. But also, if you want to get that across, you sort of have to make it like a structured video, opposed to it being like, this is shit, I'm just gonna do a 15-minute commentary with uncut gameplay in the background, like fucking Leafy is here.
Yeah. it's like that's just not like that. No one's gonna vibe with that unless you already agree with the perspective, in which case you're gonna be like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is so fucking true.
It's fucking wokeism, mate.
Yeah, it's just like,
can't believe they made Hbomberguy black.
I can't fucking believe it. Ridiculous.
They
also put forests in my game, so that sucks.
These bloody forests, mate. Oh,
ridiculous. But yeah, I think it'll be fun just to see what people think, and hopefully people take to it well. I think if anybody gives it a chance, there's no way they're gonna come out being angry.
No.
Unless like unless you're insane and you just get mad at, like, if you just get mad at different opinions, then I guess you will be, but like, I don't think it's provocative.
No.
Whereas like Odyssey Broke Me very much was.
Yeah, and people still love that, so I mean,
people still love it. It's still got a positive like to dislike ratio.
Yeah, and it still gets comments nowadays of people going like, "You fucking hit the nail on the head. This is exactly how I felt playing it."
Yeah, exactly. So
people are more reasonable than it seems. You know?
Yeah, very true. And I spoke to when had White Light on the Jazz Lounge. We talked a little bit about. I know I keep bringing this podcast up, but you can go listen to it on Patreon.
Yeah,
it's a great podcast.
Go on,
guys. We talked a little bit about criticism of Elden Ring, because I did bring up my God of War video, and I was just like, I just don't know how people are gonna respond.
You can't criticize Elden Ring.
And he just sort of said like, I think people should be receptive of it, because people were receptive of Elden Ring criticism like only a few weeks after release.
Yeah.
And people were down to engage with that and listen to that. So I think people should be like, there should be an audience for it. There always is an audience for it.
Exactly.
It's just about finding that audience.
Yeah. About the algorithm bringing your video to them. And that's always a fun process. Waiting for the algorithm to find the right people.
Yeah, because sometimes they find the wrong people first, and that's great.
Yeah, it is great. But, and you get loads of hate on your video. Like my fucking Hellblade video that still gets comments of people annoying at me to this day. Like, still.
No, I'm angry at that. I've left a dislike. Hellblade's a great game,
fair,
you fucking idiot.
It wasn't a very good review, because I was only like 17 when I wrote it. If I were to write it again, I would be a lot more, I don't know, lenient on the game, but also I'd focus way more on the repetitive nature of the game, because I don't think I stressed
You didn't even finish it, though.
No, I know, and I would finish it as well. Honestly,
I'll
probably platinum it just to prove that I can critique it.
It's actually a good game.
Yeah,
the first 2 hours, when I was streaming it, I was like, I completely get George's original video. I'm like, this is boring, but then after the first 2 hours, the game is just so much better.
Yeah, I will definitely
replay. Which is
crazy, because I think at the time the game depressed me. It was just too dark and too sad. For me, it's definitely
a rough time.
Yeah.
Like, you come out of that feeling like, fuck, it's heavy. It's just like oppressive. But I love that about it. I think it's just so, like, it's a very unique experience.
I think I played Hellblade before I could appreciate like depressing games. Like, that's before I even played like Dark Souls and like, obviously Elden Ring, that are quite depressing games in their own right, because you're walking through like a world that's no longer has any life in it really, and it's just very oppressive. So I feel like I can appreciate games like that a little bit more now, where it's intentionally incredibly like heavy, and you can just feel it weighing on you as you're playing it. So I'll definitely give it another go, and maybe I'll make a follow-up video on it like 6 years later, like, hey guys.
Yeah, you should. I mean, Hellblade 2 is coming out at some point.
It is, isn't it?
It's one of Microsoft's only really good first-party games.
It's not exclusive.
That's
going to
be cool,
though, is it? Or is it?
It is. It's a Microsoft game. They own the studio.
Wait,
so
why the fuck was the first one on PlayStation then?
Was it?
Yeah, I have it on PlayStation.
Then maybe it's only the second one that's exclusive.
Oh shit. That's fair enough.
Because they showed it at the Xbox showcase. I think they bought the studio.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
It is out. Yeah, it is on PlayStation. Let me check. Hellblade 2. Let's see. Platforms: Windows, Series X, Series S. Yeah, it's not on PlayStation. The sequel. So Microsoft fucking snapped that up.
They got in there early. Well, I guess if I do play Hellblade 1, I'll have to get it on. I have to get the second one on Xbox, but that's a bridge we'll cross when we come to it. Way later down the line.
It looks good. The sequel looks good.
Yeah.
Ever since they showed the first trailer or whatever, and then they showed like a little sort of demo.
What can they do with her character now though? Because she's got her boyfriend back, or whatever, or got his head, and he's dead, and he's not coming back. I've seen the ending.
It's everything that sort of happened was all like in her head, right?
Oh, she had schizophrenia, wasn't it? Was it schizophrenia?
Psychosis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what all the whispering is and stuff.
Yeah. So it was like, I think there was bits of it that were in her head, but it was partly kind of also not, like, I don't know. I think the game didn't fully explore that in a way that like was conclusive. So I think the sequel's sort of going down that route of like
the residual effects.
How does that, because you know, the game doesn't conclude as like, oh, you complete this arc and then your mental health is better.
No.
It's like, you know, that's always going to affect you. It's always going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
So you sort of, you know, you get to explore where that goes. And the demo showed her like in this cave, and there's this giant like monster thing, like this giant guy, and she's like fighting it with all these different soldiers and things.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so can they see it too? Like, what's going on there? I'm not sure.
It's all in the head.
So
it's all in the
it's
head.
gonna be interesting.
It's the greatest. Greatest. It's like every horror game. At the end of it, it's like, yeah, he was having a mental breakdown. It was all in his head.
Classic. Classic.
No, I'm sure it'll be good though. I'll definitely replay Hellblade for sure.
It looks cool. It looks cool. But talking about that and whatnot, have you been playing anything interesting recently?
I want to play Atomic Heart. To be fair, I do want to get it.
All right.
Haven't bought it yet, or even thought about it.
It's on Game
really.
Pass.
I know. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that it's on Game Pass. But I sort of don't want to play it on Xbox.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
I know.
It's free.
I know. People have told me that already, but like, I don't know. My Xbox is. I bought it to play Halo Infinite, and I don't play Halo Infinite anymore. I just don't want to play my Xbox.
Wow.
It's kind of shit. But that's okay.
Damn.
Well, it's not a shit console, but like I just prefer the PS5. Like it's just way better.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I have it on Steam, but that's only because they sent me a code for it. So I just haven't, like, because they sent it like probably 2 days early or something. So it wasn't like super crazy or anything, but I installed it and gave it a bit of a go. I think it's alright. It's okay.
Not too great.
The main character is a bit annoying, a bit of a Forspoken type character, but it's a man. So there's that. Maybe not quite as annoying, but like he also like it's very similar because your hand, like your glove, talks to you.
Oh, I see.
And so it's very Forspoken, and like your glove is quite a quippy guy who's like, and the main character gets the glove's name wrong on purpose.
So
it's very Forspoken, actually.
I'm in Russia. I'm seeing freaking robots. Oh god. Fucking hell.
Man. It's I think it's very much trying to be like a BioShock type game. Sort of combined with like it's sort of like half immersive sim, half BioShock.
Okay.
So like there's a bit of inventory management.
Yeah.
You're looting all these different things. Different ways you can engage with the levels and stuff. And like on a gameplay level, like it's not a badly designed game.
No.
Like gameplay wise, I think just it lacks in atmosphere. Like it's not like Rapture or Columbia. It's
Russia.
It's
Russia.
It's I mean there's a nice opening segment where it kind of it's like a walkthrough, like you're just walking along this thing like you're on a river.
A fucking walking simulator.
It is a walking simulator for like the first 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Fucking hell.
It goes on it does go on for a bit, and then you sit in a car for probably like 7 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
As the car like floats through the clouds and stuff, and it's quite
but it's
cool.
okay because women robot have big tits, so it's okay.
It's true, they do, although they don't show up very often.
No.
But it's like I might play a bit more of it. I don't know, it didn't really stick for me. I was kind of like I had like a bit of fun, but I wasn't sure whether I wanted to keep going with it or not. It was like it played quite nicely. Nothing really wrong there.
So I think if the gameplay is good enough, I'd probably stick with it because it's quite a cool concept.
Yeah, it might be better the more you get into it. There might be more to it.
That's true.
But I know it's got quite mixed reviews.
And I'd probably play it in Russian as well if I do, because a lot of people have said like it's
that
written like the main character. The reason why he's so annoying in English is because he's written to be like a classic Russian movie like action hero, and it makes way more sense if you play the game in Russian because his lines are way more like more charming and more sort of what's the right word like it just fits more. It just makes more sense.
Right.
So I'll probably play in Russian
because they all speak American, like with American accents, and it's just really weird. I was like, wait, did Russia take over the world, or are we actually in Russia? Like I just don't know what's going on here.
It's like I've seen the line where he's like, "Shut up, you crispy critter." Like talking to like I don't know who he's even talking to, but it's like crispy critter. Like what? Who says that?
Nobody says that. That's not a thing that people say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. I might keep playing it. I might play it in Russian. Then that might be a thing to do.
Which is a bit annoying because it just means that when you're playing and characters are speaking to you like through like an intercom or whatever, or if I don't know if that's a thing that happens, or if like your little bracelets talking to you, whatever you said, you're gonna have to fucking stop playing or like run away from the enemies and like read the subtitles because you obviously can't play and read at the same fucking time. So kind of annoying, but it's probably worth it in the grand scheme of things for just the tone.
It's I might give that a go. See what I think. See what I think. I've still got it installed currently, so I'll potentially do that. But yeah, I mean, talking about playing games, I've not really been playing anything other than trying stuff out. I've not nothing's been able to stick. I've been looking for a game to sit down and just play.
And not record it. And just like
just sort of enjoy, but nothing's really stuck as like, oh, this game's really good. Although I am replaying Final Fantasy VI, so I've been doing that for a few weeks. So I've been playing that on the old Steam Deck, which it's a great Steam Deck game. So that's been fun. It's been nice to play through and I've been playing it with like a guide alongside it, so I can like do everything and not miss anything.
Oh, so you 100%.
Like just like doing everything, collecting everything, getting all the best weapons, doing all the secret bosses and stuff.
Would you say it's your current favorite Final Fantasy game, Final Fantasy VI?
It's up there. It fluctuates between 7 and 6. I think 7 is a better, like a more complex game. Yeah. Like the story and the characters have a lot more depth to them than 6. But I love 6 is really, really solid. And it doesn't have any like extended media ruining it either. It's just a solo. It's a fantastic game. And it's I think it's a little bit less linear than 7. Like 7's a bit linear until you get to like towards the end of disc 2, where it just lets you kind of go wild and off the rails. But 6 is a lot more like, I think it gives you a lot more options early on, which is quite nice.
Feels more like an RPG.
It's got it leans a bit more into the freedom aspect of it rather than the like storytelling aspect of it. Although the story of 6 is really good too. But yeah, I'm just having a good time going through that. It's been fun. It's been nice to just chill out with, in the evenings or whatever, just sit on the Steam Deck. It's been good.
Yeah, man. What's the Steam Deck like? I mean, I've seen bits and bobs of it.
It's nice. I like it a lot. I played I used it when I was playing through Code Vein at Christmas, which is like a JRPG. Well, I mean, it's like a JRPG anime Souls game.
I remember seeing that years ago.
It came out a few years back. It's good. I really liked it actually. It was a really fun game. Had a really solid combat system, good level design, good progression, and like a pretty decent story with some good characters.
The art style looked really cool as well.
It's good, and the character customization is sick. Like, it's got like obviously like a Souls like character customizer, but it's an anime boy or girl. So you get like there's a lot of in depth, and like you can customize the outfit and stuff with all these accessories and things. Man. Like, and then you can customize where. So like you can have like an arm like accessory, and then you can choose how far up or down the arm is, or like how big it is and stuff. Like and necklaces and where they go, and like it's really crazy. Cool. It's got so much crazy stuff going on with it, but. That was good, but and that ran really nicely on the Steam Deck. Like had to adjust some settings, so obviously I couldn't run it like the way I was running it on my PC. No. But it ran really nice and it was very smooth, and like the battery life on it is good too.
So every game
it's really good
in the Steam library you can play on Steam Deck.
Pretty much. Some of them are more compatible than others, so like it'll give you like a Steam Deck compatibility set like rating or something. Like next to it, some of them are like really uncompatible, whereas like you can still launch it if you want to, but it's probably not gonna work really well. And that's usually like old games that don't have controller support.
Okay, I see.
But most games do, and even if it says like partial compatibility, it normally is good because like Final Fantasy VI says partial compatibility, but the only reason is because when you're naming characters, like when characters join your party, and it like it won't pop up the keyboard automatically, and you can't click accept with the controller. You have to tap the screen, but it's like that's the only thing there.
Yeah, that's not
so most games are compatible, yeah. And it's I tried The Witcher 3 and I tried Final Fantasy VII Remake, and they were fun. That was nice to play on the Steam Deck.
They run well.
So yeah, pretty well. You do have to turn the settings down a little bit, but most of the work on like the settings front is usually done by the resolution, because obviously it's quite a low resolution because it's a small screen.
Yeah.
But obviously you can't tell, like when you're looking at it, it looks really good.
Yeah.
So they ran nice, and it was good.
You say it's more powerful than the Switch?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Because the Switch is built for like Nintendo first-party games primarily, so they're normally not too demanding. I really want to get
the Switch. I mean, the Switch is a good system. I like it a lot, especially for their exclusives.
Yeah,
that's really where it's at.
That's the only reason I want to get it, so I can play like Mario and Zelda and
like your Breath of the Wild and
and Breath of the Wild for sure.
Kirby, Smash Bros.
Smash
is a great
Bros,
game.
For sure.
Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey is a banger of a game. That's such a great game.
At some point.
That is like a reason to get a Switch to play Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, it looks like a ton of fun.
Such a good game. Yeah, it's really good. And there's tons of other stuff on there. And I mean, it's a good system as well to play. Like Splatoon. I think they're bringing out a third one or something.
Oh man.
But it's a good system to play. Like a lot of Square Enix games are quite good on the Switch. Like I know they released things like Octopath Traveler and I don't know, fucking Various Day Life, one of the best titles for a game
I've
ever.
not heard of either of those games. Octopath? What the fuck is that?
Octopath Traveler. It's
an octopus.
They're basically it's like Square Enix's way of releasing classic Final Fantasy games, but they're not called Final Fantasy, but they kind of are just Final Fantasy games.
Okay.
Like pixel games.
Yeah, but they're not actually. They're like new versions.
They're like new IPs, but like Octopath Traveler looks sick. It's like 2.5 HD type game where it's like I don't know if you've seen the art style of those sorts of games, but it's where it's like there's like depth to it, and also like really nice lighting and shadows and stuff. It almost looks like Minecraft with shaders.
Yeah. No, I'm just looking at some pictures right now. It's really fucking nice.
Yeah, it looks really good.
And it's got like 3D really backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
I reckon I'm gonna play that soon. I would like to play Octopath Traveler.
Oh, that looks so nice.
I've heard good things. I think it's got it's got a score in like the 90s on Metacritic or something.
Damn.
Let me check.
This looks pretty good.
I've heard like some good stuff. Various Day Life.
Various Day Life.
What's the fucking name? That game is like, I think that game is more like 3D.
Oh yeah, the characters are 3D. I much prefer the art style of the other one, but I can see
I
how that could be charming as well.
Yeah, it's Various Day Life. It's funny though, because Square Enix will release these games, right? Triangle Strategy is another one. They have the same logo where it's just like this, this same font.
Yeah.
With like underlines. It's all their fucking games. Square Enix, like, they must like have like a fucking JRPG generator.
Honestly.
And they all just like come out. It's fucking weird. You got like, I don't know, Harvestella
comes out with all these fucking these fucking JRPGs. But yeah, like it's like the same how like Final Fantasy games always have the same font, and then you've got like I don't know what's it called, Valkyrie Elysium has the same font as well, and like what else is there? I don't know any other games, but yeah, they
the Dio Field Chronicle. That's another one.
Dio Field Chronicle. That sounds fucking mental.
The same fucking logo. Why are they all the same fucking logos?
They've got one dude in the office that can do graphic design. That's all he knows how to do.
He like makes it in Microsoft Word. It's just like Times New Roman with an underline. The fuck are you doing? Oh my god. Fucking incredible.
Yeah, I'd love to get a Switch at some point anyway. I think that's definitely something I'll endeavour to buy. But
yeah, it's a very wholesome console because it's it's just nice, and I do like it's weird to say, but I do feel nostalgic for the pandemic because it was at the beginning of the pandemic, when everyone was playing Animal Crossing, and it was just like that was just a nice vibe.
I feel like I missed out on that era. Like I was playing Doom Eternal, obviously,
Oh yeah, because it was the same day.
Yeah, I love the whole sort of how the fandoms like came together and they made loads of fan art of like Isabelle and the Doomslayer. And it was just like really wholesome because it was like the games are so tonally different. That was so great. Yeah. I really loved that.
That was a good time.
It was.
I mean, as long as you weren't like dying or your loved ones weren't dying,
as long as you weren't like the millions,
then you're probably having a good time.
Yeah.
Like the first month of the pandemic where everyone was like working from home and it was like, fuck, this is great.
It's so chill. Everyone was loving it.
And then you get 6 months in and you're like, fuck me, this is awful.
God. Everyone's like, can we go to the pub, please? And Boris Johnson's like, no. I'm going to
and then
party.
He's like, well, yeah, you can actually. You can go to the pub, but also don't as well. Oh man,
God,
good times,
fucked.
good fucking times.
Honestly.
To move on though, I mean, talking about games, we were going to talk about last week, but we didn't really have time for it, so I've brought it over to this week. Naughty Dog has said they're not making a new Uncharted game, or they don't intend to make a new Uncharted game.
Yeah.
Which is great, but also, I don't know if you saw it. There was a PlayStation like trailer that sort of like reeled all of their games. It was like just showing all their new stuff. Like you got Ragnarok, Spider-Man 2,
Horizon,
other stuff in there, Horizon, and whatever other things they've like got that are coming out or are out.
Is that where there's like when Aloy shows up, there's like a reporter and she's like, oh, it's the first time.
Yeah.
I've seen a little bit of that. And
right at the end of it, there's a quick glimpse that's like must be like half a second that you get to see.
Really?
And it's very clearly Cassie. Is that her name?
What, Nate's daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In some sort of tomb, holding a torch that's like on fire, like a fire torch thing.
Yeah, I think I have seen like a screenshot.
And everyone's like, well, that is definitely Uncharted 5. Which means that Naughty Dog is not making it.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what to think. I don't know. What do you think about that? Uncharted 5 with Nate's daughter, but it's not Naughty Dog.
I mean, 4 was so good to end the sort of Nathan Drake or the Drake story. I was sort of more so wanted more Nadine and Chloe, to be honest.
Yeah.
Obviously, if Naughty Dog's not making it, that's sort of a whole nother kettle of fish, because it's like, how true to the original Naughty Dog games is it going to be? Do they have the talent to make something that's better than Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy? I assume a bunch of devs or like Naughty Dog's going to be overseeing it or whatever. Maybe, or do they have no involvement in it whatsoever?
They've said they have no intention of making another Uncharted. So I think that means they're done with it, and Sony have just taken the IP and given it to another studio and said, "You make one."
Okay, because this could just lead to Uncharted just becoming drastically different and just not as good.
Yeah, and I think that even if they like have access to the same tech and stuff, it's going to be difficult.
It in the same way that Naughty Dog did.
Yeah, like if it's not Amy Hennig or, which obviously it's not because she's not even at Naughty Dog anymore, or Neil Druckmann, then it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't really know what to think.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. In my D world, it's either Naughty Dog makes the next one or like it just ends at 4, and that's fine because it was a good ending.
It's a really good ending too.
I just hope they don't have Nate in it. Like if you're gonna have it as Cassie, that's fine, I guess. You know, that's okay. But just don't have Nate show up halfway through. Like, gonna have one last ride with my daughter.
Yeah, it's the thing is though, they will, won't they? Because like, if it were Naughty Dog making it, I think I would have the faith that they would just let the game stand on its own 2 feet. But because it's another studio, they're gonna be like, oh no, we can't do our own, like we've got to lean on what came before.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's. I mean, I don't think you like. I mean, you can have a game without Nate, but it's also like, would it be right to not have him show up at all? Like, maybe you could have like letters or something, or maybe a text on her phone. Maybe she like pulls out her phone and like something like that. But like
maybe he's in a cutscene at the beginning, like he's waving her off or something like that. Or like maybe she gets a call from him when she's like abroad or whatever. It's just something small. Like I don't want him to show up and he's got his holsters on and he's got his classic shirt on.
Yeah, like and he's got fucking grey hair.
Yeah.
And he's like even older than he was in Uncharted 4.
Yeah, Nate's story's done. He needs to stop fucking going out and trying to get treasure. He's done. He's done. Yeah. He's got a fucking beach house. Like, he's fine.
He's happy. He's happy. But then that does beg the question: why would Cassie do that? Like, why would she then go out and start doing, like, become like a fucking thief?
It would make sense for her, because she's like, well, my dad and my mum have this legacy, and I want to be like them, and I want to.
Yeah, that would be such a good arc too, though.
It's like she's bored with the whole life of having everything given to her, and she wants to go out and make her name for herself.
Yeah, and that she like is living in her father's shadow, and like her mother's shadow too. Like, she wants to get out from under that shadow, and like that makes her like kind of like, you know,
rebellious,
reckless, and you know, kind of like a bit of like she's gonna fuck stuff up at first, like you know, trying to do what her parents did, sort of thing. That would be a fun arc to see her like undergo that.
If they did it
and like
right,
overcome that,
and it felt like an Uncharted game, like it would be really cool. But it's whether or not they can capture that Naughty Dog essence, and it's Naughty Dog, like they're second to like none when it comes to action adventure and linear single player games. So it's gonna be super hard to even hold a candle to it. So,
I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, you know, Uncharted was never written by just one person. It was, you know, Amy Hennig did a lot of work on Uncharted 1 and 3, and then Neil Druckmann was Uncharted 2 and 4. And so it's like, you know, other people can take it and make it consistent, but I just, you know, I don't know. I just don't know.
Can they come up with a tangible enough story that's worthwhile bringing this franchise back? Because, like, I'm sure there's a lot of people still out there, I mean, myself included, that still love Uncharted and would have loved this series to continue. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure we've said before on streams and stuff, like, it would be cool to see Cassie, if that is her name. I don't even know if that is her name or not.
I'm pretty sure it's her name.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I literally have no idea. It's been so long since I've played Uncharted 4. But I would like to see her make her own way, and sort of, you know, it'd be a cool different take on the Uncharted world from like a woman's perspective, that's related to Nate, opposed to, like, you know, Nate, the classic like action hero sort of, you know, stereotypical guy who's just really cool. It'd be cool to see Cassie's perspective of it, but it's also like, can they justify bringing it back, because it ended so well, and like Lost Legacy was also like a nice ending to all the side characters, and, you know, like, can they do it? That's the question.
Can they do it? Can they fucking do it? Who knows?
We'll find out if they're bringing it back. We'll find out.
I suppose we will find out, and it's gonna happen. I mean, you know, you know, as much as Sony do care about their studios and their IPs, there's no way Sony was gonna let Uncharted stay dead forever.
Uncharted
is one of their biggest IPs.
It's one of the OGs. Like, it's one of the first PlayStation exclusives that I played.
Yeah, it's one of the best, one of the biggest.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's one of those things, and, you know, I'm not, you know, I think I'm less like mad at them wanting to continue Uncharted than, you know, some other franchises that just continue indefinitely. Because for one, it's almost, I mean, it's close, not close, but like 3 years away from being 10 years since Uncharted 4 came out.
Fuck it
and
out.
So, you know, it's going to be, you know, this game won't come out for a couple years. So it's going to be, this game, when it comes out, will be close to, if not 10 years since the last major Uncharted game.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, a big gap between your games. So, like a bigger gap than we got between God of War 3 and God of War 2018.
Yeah, fucking hell.
So that is like fine, and like also starting a new story, like it's a new arc with a new character, like that makes sense. Like, you're not just going, let's bring Nathan Drake back again.
Like,
so, you know, there's that.
Cassie, it has to be his daughter. It cannot be
for
Nate.
Sure. And he also can't be the Sully character, like,
no, don't do that,
following around and, you know, making jokes and smoking cigars and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
don't do that.
You can't do that.
God. Don't even have
it's
Sam
gotta
in
be
it either.
It's got to be Cassie on her own. And to be fair, if you were gonna do that with any character and have a character accompany her at any point, Sam, I think, would make more sense than Nate.
Yeah.
Because it's like almost like that's her uncle, that she's like, oh, she's the one I can, like, he's the one I can trust with this sort of thing.
Yeah, like
he'd want to come with me, like,
yeah.
To
and
do
if it's
this.
like,
Whereas,
say if Nate forbid her from like getting into that lifestyle, it's like she has to go sort of under his nose, and it's like, Sam would help me out, you know, he's like trustworthy Uncle Sam, like That would make way more sense.
That could definitely
that actually
work.
would be kind of cool now I think about
Yeah,
it.
and you could then have Nate go on an arc of like allowing his daughter to do what she wants, sort of thing, like being less protective and being like, you know what, yeah, you can go do these things if you want to, sort of thing.
It's like him realizing that, oh shit, my daughter is like a conjunction of me and my wife, and we're both crazy, so it sort of makes sense that she would sort of be the continuation of us.
Yeah. You could definitely do it.
could.
It really depends less on the concept. Well, I guess it depends on the concept, but it depends more on whether the studio is up to the task.
Yeah.
Whoever is making it.
There's just some big boots to fill. Some huge boots.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. But that does mean that Naughty Dog is working on a new IP alongside. Obviously, they're bringing out The Last of Us. The Factions standalone game,
and I think they'll do The Last of Us Part 3. I think that will happen.
Yeah, well, Neil Druckmann said he said a couple years ago that he's like got kind of an outline of what he would do for Part 3.
Yeah, they're doing it. You don't spend time writing something and getting an outline for it unless you intend to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure he really, really wants to. And I mean, like, with obviously The Last of Us show picking up traction and people are loving that, and it's like huge.
The IP still needs to be running to the ground. It's not quite there yet, okay?
It's people don't hate it yet, you know?
Yeah.
You're not a successful company till you keep making things and people don't want it anymore.
Exactly.
You know, what you want is people on Twitter going, just let it end. Please let this thing end.
Big
just
tweet
let it be
threads
over.
going, why I think The Last of Us should end.
Yeah, we're on The Last of Us 25.
Or like 3-hour video essays, like The Last of Us needs to be laid to rest.
Why The Last of Us Phase 7 is bad.
Oh god.
Jesus. But no, yeah, I think, you know, they're doing Factions. The Last of Us Part 3 will probably definitely happen, and that'll probably be the end of that story.
Yeah, I hope so.
And then a new IP from Naughty Dog would be really exciting.
Yeah, I wonder what the hell they could do.
To see what they do. I mean, there was rumors of them doing like a medieval game.
See, that's what I've wanted from Naughty Dog.
Which would be pretty cool.
I think that'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like a gritty, like medieval, like set in like England. Oh, it could
It'd
be
be
really
nice.
cool.
It'd be nice. I mean, we get kind of like there's kind of a taster of what that game could be in like a Plague Tale, which is obviously not quite on the level of a Naughty Dog type of experience, but great games nonetheless.
Yeah, I've never played it, but they look really good.
Oh, they're really good. They're really good games. I have some issues with the sequel, but it's still a brilliant game.
Yeah. Very pretty.
You know, that sort of they look really nice. Especially, oh my god, the sequel looks so good. It's crazy graphics. But isn't it weird that, like, it's just a side thing, isn't it weird that people just use graphics as like a term for nice visuals in games?
Yeah.
Like that word, that word doesn't mean that. Like,
I know.
It's just really good graphics. It's like that's such a broad term.
Yeah, look at this graphic. Oh god. Yeah.
But no, yeah, that's sort of like bit of an insight into what I guess a sort of medieval type Naughty Dog game could be.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. That'd be cool to see.
I'm looking
whether they
forward
go
to it.
fantasy or not, who knows? But
They could even do like, you know, like another thing that I want Naughty Dog to do that I thought would be pretty cool is like a noir style sort of like 1950s detective sort of like thing. I think that'd be cool.
yeah, that would be cool. I need a detective game. That's like
Honestly,
my ideal game.
Like, LA Noire came out and then no one fucking latched onto that genre
I
whatsoever.
know, nobody did it. I mean, there's the Sherlock Holmes games, which are pretty good.
That also works.
They're good, but they're also not AAA quality.
No.
But it would be sick to have just imagine, like, you know, it's fucking, you know, you're a detective in New York City and it's like it's raining at night and you pull up in your car outside of like a jazz bar and you go in to question people.
Oh,
and
man,
you sit down, you have a martini and you're jaded.
Yeah,
and
you got your tires like slightly undone, and you know the first button on your shirt is undone. You light up a cigarette.
It'd be so good.
Oh,
It'd be so
man.
good.
It would be really good.
It'd be such a good game. It'd be incredible.
I need that.
Yeah. That'd be sick. It'd be, you know, that'd be a great game for like Rockstar to do as well.
Oh, yeah,
that'd be
for
cool,
sure.
like an open world type detective game,
I'd
like
love
a spiritual
Rockstar.
successor to
Yeah, that's
LA
exactly
Noire or
what I was
something.
gonna say. Spiritual successor. I would love Rockstar to have another stab at that because as much as LA Noire was fucking great, it was held back by the technology at the time. Like the faces are just so fucked now. Like looking
They're
back
so
at them.
funny to look at now, even though it was like huge at the time.
Oh, at the
like a
time
big,
it was like, oh my
know.
god, they're using mocap to do face animations. This is insane.
Yeah.
And now it's like Horizon Forbidden West has like near real faces in fucking like dialogue that you could just like optional dialogue. And it's like, look what studios can do now with that sort of stuff. Like, I'd love Rockstar to have another stab at it.
That'd be really cool to see. And I mean, Rockstar have been working just solely on GTA, Red Dead for a long time. Like, it's almost like you look at these companies like Naughty Dog that just do Uncharted and The Last of Us, Bethesda that have only really been doing Fallout and Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool for them to like be able to do something else.
Yeah, for sure.
Know? Let Naughty Dog do a new IP. You know, Bethesda's coming out with Starfield and Rockstar. You know, let them do something else. You know, once they're done with GTA 6, just let them make something else that's not Red Dead 3.
Yeah, don't work on Red Dead 3. Red Dead 2 is fine. I actually don't need Red Dead 3. Maybe I'd like Red Dead 1.
Red Dead 2 is fine. That's a take.
Amazing. But
Red Dead 2 is fine.
I'm sure there's plenty of people that fucking hate it, to be honest. But
True.
A Red Dead 1 remake I'd love, but I'd also love a new IP. That'd be cool to see Rockstar actually, you know, do something. Don't go back to Bully. I know there's people want another Bully game, but like, do a new IP, man. It's been years. When does Rockstar last come out with a new IP? Like 2010? Come on.
Yeah, that was the last time was Red Dead Redemption.
Fucking 13 years ago, man.
And even then, that wasn't a new IP really,
because they bought the rights to Red Dead.
Yeah, they sort of finished and released Red Dead Revolver.
Oh, was that Rockstar? Oh, they finished the development.
They bought it. They bought it like midway through development, from Capcom, and then they finished it.
Yeah.
And released it. Yeah, so it wasn't their the whole wasn't theirs completely, but.
No.
But yeah, they've not. Yeah, for ages. It's been so long since we've seen a new IP from Rockstar. It'd be really cool to see them do something new. I mean, you know, there's tons of genres they could do, like a medieval type game that's like Red Dead Redemption would be fucking sick.
That would be cool. Yeah, for sure.
Like a super immersive. You know, you got your little villages or your major cities. Like you pull up to a city wall on your horse. You know, in your armor with your sword or whatever. You walk through the city streets and stuff. Oh, that'd be so nice. You could set up
camp on the outskirts in the wilderness.
It'd just be so good. You go into like hunting. A tavern.
Oh
yeah.
You
know, you get some quests from the bar.
Get some
the barkeep.
ale. Oh man.
Oh my god, it'd be so good. It'd be
so
good.
Rockstar could even do like non-open world games as well. Like I would.
They could.
You know,
That'd be good.
To see that too. Or like semi-open world, you know.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they handle that. Because I mean, you look at something like Red Dead Redemption 2, and the way they push that game's realism and immersion, but in an open world, is crazy. Yeah. It's like the greatest open world game ever made.
The most immersive game I've ever played to this day. I've not played anything more immersive, and it came out 4 years ago.
Yeah, it's like borderline a simulation, like not just a video game. It's like borderline, like we're nearly living in a simulated world when you play Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like even the wildlife and the way they interact with the world, and they have the way like different towns will get built up over the course of playing the game, and just so many different systems in play in Red Dead. Is actually
so much. Like you got the weather, the simulated clouds, so the way the sun hits like the world is just different depending on like the position of the sun and where the clouds are and stuff. It's insane. Like the weather system, like the way you can see in the distance rain on particular areas of the world, like it doesn't rain everywhere at once. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this?
Honestly,
it's crazy. To see them like take that technology, but in a linear game where you don't have to account for an open world. Like it could be the most realistic game ever made.
It could be.
Like, which would just be like, it would be crazy to see Rockstar tackle a linear game.
It would be. That would be do a good job.
That would be cool. I mean, I'd love to see them go somewhere like completely different, like do a sci-fi game or something.
Oh yeah, that could really
That'd be
cool
interesting
as well, for sure. Whatever they come out with, it'll
like
probably be good because there's got a lot of talent at Rockstar.
For sure. That would be good. That would be sweet.
Or they could do single player DLC for GTA 5 like they never fucking did. They said they were gonna do it.
That's crazy that they didn't.
They fucking canned it. They had it. It was in the works, and they were like, "No, GTA Online."
God damn, that's such a shame.
I would love
that's such
to
a shame
see a DLC for those characters.
Because the DLC for GTA 4 was so good too.
They were amazing.
The Lost and Damned was a great little game, and
yeah.
then the Ballad of Gay Tony was fantastic.
Top tier.
That was so good.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, you know, Ballad was, you know, kind of better than the main game in some ways.
Yeah, like if you, for sure. It adds a lot
There's
to
a
the
lot of
experience
elements
of
to
GTA
it.
4, like the Battle of Gay Tony. A lot of cheats as well that were really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such a shame that they never, like, Franklin, I was about to say Franklin and Clinton then. Whoever the fuck that is. Franklin, Trevor, and Michael. Like, they were such good characters. I would have loved to see, like, a DLC, like, focusing on, even if it was just one of them, you know? Like, it's just such a shame that they didn't do that.
Yeah, it would be good. I mean, it's been 10 years this year since GTA 5. Which is crazy. 10 fucking years.
Jesus.
It's also been 5 years since Red Dead 2 as well.
Oh my god, yeah, that's insane as well. Yeah,
it's
5
wild.
years in, like, October, is it?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
It's crazy.
God damn.
It's fucking crazy. I mean, did you see the leaked footage of GTA 6 that was going around?
Yeah, the alleged female protagonist as well.
Yeah, there was like a bunch of leaked clips. There was like so many.
I've seen some of the screenshots and clips and stuff. Obviously, it's very unfinished. 'Cause obviously, the whole internet went mad. They were like, "What the fuck? It doesn't even look as good as GTA 5." It's like that just shows you the average GTA fan and their knowledge of video game development. It's like, bro, this is a super early build of the game, and it wasn't even
really early.
Current images from the time of when they released. Like that wasn't the current build of the game. So it's like it's not gonna look like that. Don't worry, it's gonna look like better than Red Dead most likely.
Yeah, it's gonna look fantastic, I'm sure. And it's, you know, looking at that footage too. Like I feel bad for the Rockstar devs. Obviously, like it always sucks when there's a leak. It looked, there was a lot in there that was like, this looks quite cool. Like the cop system, the way like the AI for the cops worked and stuff, like was really cool looking. And you get to see like,
to me, because I don't actually know much.
Well, you had like the way that they like try to pursue you, whether it's in like like an on-foot chase or like a shootout or something.
So they could chase you on foot, like they don't try to
in the
just
car.
murder you instantly.
Well, yeah, it just looked like their AI was greatly improved. Like,
I mean,
the way that they try to chase you down, like whether it was in a car or not, like just the way, like they just it looked a lot smarter. Which it looks like something they were really trying to work on, which was really cool.
And there's a lot of tactics that police use and shit for police chase, especially in America. So it would be actually really cool to see them implement some of that.
Yeah, exactly, and that looked really nice. And also, like, you got to see a little bit of like them interacting with like a shopkeeper or whatever, like robbing a shop, and it was like, I think based on like the sort of the UI they had set up, it looked quite inspired by Red Dead 2, in that you've got like your antagonize and options and stuff where like you can choose to like escalate a situation or try and calm someone down or whatever.
Yeah, I think that works really well for like Rockstar like open world games, because it's not like straight up RPG with dialogue options, but you know, the character, like you can choose the attitude that the character has in that situation, and they sort of say whatever they would say. I'm glad to see that coming back, if that is coming back.
Yeah, which did look pretty cool. Like, it looked good. Everything that I think we saw in the leaked footage looked really nice.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see where they go with GTA 6, which, you know, I imagine like ever since, you know, San Andreas, they've kind of been adding things and removing things.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to see like everything in it, like in 6.
Yeah, like
stuff that was taken out of 4 and stuff that was taken out of San Andreas.
Being able to go into restaurants and you know, being able to go to the gym and increasing muscle and like, you know, skills like driving, being, you know, riding bikes and whatever, and like stamina and stuff like that, and all the stuff that was in San Andreas that was like made it sort of more like a personal experience where you can have fat CJ if you wanted to.
Yeah, that was so fucking cool.
The
fact that you could increase weight or increase muscle, or like depending on how you eat or exercise and go to the gym and stuff. That was fucking awesome.
We were robbed of fat Nico Bellic.
I know. Imagine fat Nico Bellic. That'd be sick. Imagine going bowling as fat Nico Bellic. That'd be so sick. They need to bring bowling back.
Yeah,
I want bowling back.
Fuck? Honestly,
bowling was great. All those little like social elements of GTA 4 were really cool.
They were.
You had
like
some
comedy
in
club
5,
and stuff.
but it was so cool. Like, you go fucking watch Ricky Gervais do some stand up in GTA 4.
And
that was great.
You could go, I bloody hate fucking Christians, mate. That's like his one bit.
I fucking hate Christians. Why the fuck to Christians? Why?
It's like Ricky Gervais' only bit that he's got is just complaining about religion.
Oh man, I love it. It's great.
Yeah, GTA 6, definitely hyped for it, of course. You know, it's gonna be a fucking classic immediately, and it's gonna sell millions of units immediately.
It fucking is.
Unless it's got a woman protagonist. If it's got a female protagonist, there'll be a good portion of the video game community that is just like,
woke.
no, yeah, this woke nonsense. Even Rockstar's gone woke. There'll be tweet threads like, Rockstar used to be at the forehead of you know, edgy comedy and you know, making all these social commentaries. Now they've gone bloody woke because there's a bloody woman in it.
Yeah,
God. They'll probably honestly, if there is a woman protagonist, they'll probably make a little jab at people that are angry about stuff like that, because they always do shit like that. They'll probably make some form of joke about like, oh, a woman protagonist or something like that. They'll find a way to take the piss out of it.
I know. Yeah, that's what Rockstar do. They're very equal with their humor. They like to take the piss out of everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, Rockstar is a UK founded company, so a lot of their they were founded in Scotland.
Oh shit.
They like to make fun of America a lot,
yeah.
which is like what GTA is. GTA is like what the rest of the world sees America as, basically, sort of thing, exaggerated.
That's why I thought the GTA 4 was so great. Is because it's this crazy sensationalized version of America from the perspective of this like jaded, cynical, like Eastern European guy. It was such a good concept. But
it's really good because it's like Nico has his shit together. Yeah, and like he's like a normal fucking functioning person. I mean, other than the fact that like he murders people, you know. But then you've got like his cousin who's like, you know, completely buys into America as a concept. He's like completely like, you know, balls in. And it's, you know, it's a great game
for sure. 4 is so good. Oh god.
But I think, I mean, talking about female protagonists, I think it looks like they have both.
So
like
male and female.
You have two characters. Okay. Yeah, it's like a Bonnie and Clyde type thing.
Oh yeah, that's kind of cool.
I think is what it's sort of based on.
Yeah.
You got like a male and female protagonist, so I guess you can switch between them like GTA 5.
Yeah.
But their stories are like directly connected because they're working together, sort of thing.
Yeah, like when I first heard of 3 protagonists in GTA 5, I hated the idea, but like I actually really like Michael, Trevor, and Franklin. Like it really works, so I don't mind having 2 protagonists in this game as well.
Yeah, I also think it probably will work better with 2 than 3 as well. Like it allows you that focus. Like I definitely prefer GTA 4 to GTA 5.
Yeah, same. But without doubt.
But the 3 characters did work a lot better than I originally thought it would.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I'm definitely down for 2 characters. See where they take that and see where that goes.
Yeah, sounds interesting for sure.
Yeah, it should be nice. It should be nice. I don't have any other topics on my topics list.
Have anything that I particularly want to talk about?
Oh, I do have though. I want to talk a little bit about all of the deep fakes that have been on Twitter. All of the Joe Rogan, Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, Trump, Biden, Obama deep fakes.
This is how they're winning us over with AI technology. This is how they're gonna do it. Okay. They're going to slowly get better, they're going to get really funny, and then suddenly, bam, they're going to start using it to fucking incriminate world leaders and, like, fucking CEOs of companies and shit. But for now, it's in a really, like innocent stage where it's just, like, Trump, Biden, George Bush, and Obama playing Minecraft or, like, COD Zombies or something.
It's so fucking good. But what I think is interesting about AI is that we are in this unique position where we get to see it develop for the first time.
Yeah, it's actually really cool.
And it's really cool in the same way that, like, if you were growing up in the, you know, 80s and 90s, you get to see computer tech be developed. You go from, like, nobody has a computer to everybody's on the internet and has Facebook.
Yeah.
And, you know, that happened in the space of, like, 20 years.
Yeah.
And then from there onwards, like, you know, from the point of Facebook in the early 2000s to now, it's like that has just exponentially become, it's insane where we are now. Like, you're using fucking computers to order McDonald's when you do it on your phone or you do it on the little screens in the thing. Like that's futuristic when you think about it. Like we're living in the future right now.
We are. We've got like these little screens, these little touch screens, and we just tap on what we want, and then this receipt comes out, and then we go to the counter and get a McFlurry. I don't know why that's like an example.
That's like some Back to the Future shit.
It is, yeah. Like, it's like when he wants the Pepsi or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's an AI is like we're seeing the start of it.
We may very well see
like,
the conjunction of robotics and AI to make
we might
AI,
see the conjunction of spheres.
The conjunction of spheres. Well, you never know, honestly. But yeah,
we're gonna have to hide away from the werewolves.
We may see the marrying of computers and AI to create the first servitors, which would be fucking insane.
Yeah, we might see the downfall of society as we know it.
We may do. As they, what's that meme where it's like, oh, we finally made the fucking, we finally made the terrible sci-fi thing from this movie. The movie, don't make this terrible sci-fi thing.
Yeah, it's man, it's at the same time as developing AI, you've also got people that are trying to manufacture, artificially manufacture and grow dinosaurs. So
oh god, yeah, we're doing
you got
all
the
of
two
it.
things at once. You got Jurassic Park and Terminator at the same time,
and nuclear technology as well. While you're at it,
yeah,
we've got all these things.
Yeah, and World War III is trending on Twitter every other day.
No.
So it's I would not be surprised if in our lifetime the world ends, but that'd be kind of sick.
It'll be like Ready
we
Player
happen
One.
to be...
There'll be like all these different genres coming together to end the world.
Oh my god, yeah. Ready Player One is like the
versus fucking dinosaurs and nukes.
Oh my god.
Like,
we'll have to we'll have to get Godzilla and King Kong to come along.
And everyone will be like cybernetically enhanced, and I'll have like these big robot arms, and I can lift buildings with them and shit.
Like Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah,
but
like
cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph's kind of like Ready Player One.
It's got Sonic in it.
Sonic's in it, yeah.
And he goes, "Hey, I'm Sonic. Roger Craig Smith Sonic, so no one likes me."
Oh man, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, that's interesting. The world is really progressing for sure.
It is. It'd be crazy to see where we are in 20 years from now.
Yeah, we may well have AI assistants that we get up on our little thing that comes up on our arm, and it's like this is what replaces smartphones. No one uses smartphones anymore. We have our AI assistant. It comes out this little hologram. You can customize it. You can buy add-ons for it. You can change its voice.
Yeah.
Because obviously we've got all these different voices we can use. If they can make a law where it's like, you have the rights to this person's voice, and you can make your fucking AI sound like Joe Rogan or something like that.
Oh my god, that'd be incredible. Everyone's gonna become the main character of Forspoken. We're gonna be arguing with our weird arm bracelet AI avatar thing. Oh my god.
Yeah, by the time we're old and grey
Christ.
on our deathbeds, I think the world will be if we're all still around, if we've overcome the climate crisis and stuff, then the world will be a bit of a mental place. But hopefully Elizabeth Sobeck's out there somewhere, and she can develop all these green technologies and green robots and stuff, because she was born in 2020 in the Horizon universe, so maybe there's an equivalent of Elizabeth Sobeck out there that's going to save everyone.
Maybe there is. I mean, that's also another thing. The Horizon, the downfall of the Horizon world was because of AI and building these military robots and stuff.
Well, that's gonna happen for sure.
Oh,
for sure, we have that coming. I've seen fucking videos of people mounting guns on robots and shit, and it's literally this video of this robot on all fours with a fucking gun on its back, and it's like the fucking episode of Black Mirror. What's it called, Metalhead?
Oh yeah.
It's all black and white, and you've got that robot that's chasing everyone about. It's literally that. It is literally that. It's exactly the same. All they have to do is
it's not going to end well
put
for
an
us.
intelligent AI in it, and it will kill us all.
It's literally in the 80s they made a bunch of movies about various different things that we shouldn't be doing with technology, and we're doing all of them at the same time.
I know, it's crazy.
Oh god.
Space. We're probably going to end up sending space rockets out to mine distant colonies, and we'll find some fucking alien virus that infects the shit.
Oh, some fucking parasite that will we'll have fucking zombies next.
Yeah. Oh,
fucking hell.
Jesus Christ, yeah. I guess we'll see. Yeah. We'll see what happens. But for now, we're chilling. The ideas sound cool now. But we'll see how wrong they go in the future.
Yeah, we have. I'm sure we have a good few years.
Yeah, we've got time.
It goes horribly wrong.
Yeah, we just need to sort out the world falling apart at the minute. We need to stop that happening, and then maybe we can worry about AI and robots and space travel and stuff, because we're sort of fucking ourselves over a little bit at the minute.
We are doing that. Chill out. That is true.
Yeah.
That it's very, very true. Very true.
But yeah, and Biden. So we didn't even talk about the fucking actual things themselves, did we?
Oh,
Biden. That's like the one word that I could come up with that would link us back to that topic.
Biden.
It's Biden.
Oh my god.
Yeah, those videos are
Biden.
fucking hilarious. Like
they're great.
I think the way they're written is like one of the reasons why they're so funny is because whoever wrote the first one set this trend for it being basically like teenage lads in Xbox parties playing on Xbox.
Yeah.
And
there's a nostalgia to it.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's like you can remember yourself saying similar shit, like, and having similar conversations with friends.
Yeah, it's like the Call of Duty Zombies ones are great.
Yeah, I love them so
it's
much.
Because it's like, fuck, I remember playing fucking, I don't know, fucking Ascension.
Yeah.
And
like discussing the Easter eggs and stuff.
Yeah, and like planning out what you're gonna do, and like you think you've got a really good strategy, but like it's not that good at all. But like you like knife till round 3, then make a crawler.
Classic.
Or whatever. It's classic.
And it's like these really wholesome versions of these presidents. Like they're not like that in real life, but like especially Trump's the way Trump is characterized, I guess as you could say, in those AI videos. It's just like I don't know. He's really nice, or like just a funny guy.
It's so good. That's terrifying though, because imagine when you do develop the AI further and you can like fake characterize these people and like trick people into thinking they're nicer, so like you win people over and stuff.
You know, yeah, it's terrifying. There needs to be laws. People need to fucking pass laws now before stuff gets bad, because like it's awful.
Yeah, God. It's gonna be the floodgates.
It's funny how all this shit technically started with that website that was like a deep fake of Jordan Peterson's voice, and he got really annoyed at it and was like, shut it down. And now he's all over the internet playing COD Zombies and like playing Minecraft and shit. I wonder what he thinks of that.
I wonder how much he hates it.
He's probably so annoyed by it.
When he sees like a video of him like finding diamonds in Minecraft, and he's like, "Fuck! I can't believe these woke moralists.
They're making me play kid game. I'm a man. I don't play kid game.
I clean my room actually.
If you make me say stuff in Minecraft, I don't know what to do with you. I'm just gonna go someone else. It's a little bit less trouble." A lot less trouble, he says, actually. Yes, it does. That's exactly what he sounds like.
No, it doesn't.
I love in that video, he's got his fucking AirPods in as well. He looks like some like fucking hustle culture, like grind king, and he's like got his AirPods in and his well-fitted suit. Oh god.
Oh god. It's so funny how all these right-wing people, they go from sounding semi-reasonable to like they just go mental. Honestly. It's like over the last few years, like they just doubled down further and further and further into like this batshit insane line of thought.
Especially like Steven Crowder as well, who would like actively ignore information about the climate change and just be like, yeah, actually, the ice caps are actually gaining ice. It's like, no, you're looking at Greenland, which has like it does gain ice, and then you're completely ignoring like the other ice cap, which is like losing billions of tons of mass every year into the ocean. What are you doing, Steven Crowder?
That is like the weirdest thing to make like a right wing thing. Like, if you're right wing, you actually don't believe that in global warming.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing?
Why is that a thing? Why is that a thing?
It's because it's because a lot of right wing. Well, I don't want to say right wing, but a lot of like I guess conservative people from that crowd and stuff are like, they just want to believe that everything currently is all right with the world and everything is fine, and that the people in power, they couldn't possibly be letting us down, because that's leftist propaganda.
Yeah,
and it's like they just want to so badly believe that, you know, whoever's currently in power has it all under control, when they fucking don't, dude. They don't. They're just trying to make fucking investors happy, and as soon as the world ends, all that money's going to be worth nothing anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's true. There's a really good video that Hbomberguy made on. Let me try to find it. Which one is it? It's on this whole like right wing culture and like the fact they're all just kind of like, I don't even know what it is that they're doing. It's like it's the way they're trying to like make money off the back of it. And it was a really interesting video that was like, holy shit, I've never really thought about it. Is like it
Climate Crisis and Measured Response? Is it that one?
I'm not sure if it's. I'm not sure if it's that one. Oh no, it's the War on Christmas.
Yes, I watched that.
That is
insane.
a great video because it delves into the whole idea of like why do InfoWars say the dumb shit that they say that's so obviously not true.
Yeah.
And like the way that like they make money off the back of people believing this stupid shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, and he goes like, for anybody that hasn't seen it, he goes into like the similarities between like scammers, like when you get a scam email, like why are they often mistyped, and like why do they make it so painfully obviously fake? It's because they want to filter out the people that have a brain. So it's like, why do these right-wing people, why does like Paul Joseph Watson and why does Alex Jones say this really, really dumb shit?
Yeah.
It's because they're trying to filter out the people that have a brain.
Yeah.
So they're left with the lowest common denominator that will believe this shit.
Well, even
they will
lower than
believe that
lowest
there's a
common
war on
denominator.
Christmas. Yeah, exactly. They'll believe this dumb shit that's so obviously not true, so they can, at the end of the video, go buy these really overpriced supplements.
Yeah.
They help you combat soy intake
Yeah,
or whatever.
even though
because
soy
like they
intake
believe
is-
that like soy is bad for you, and like Hbomberguy made a big video on how that's not true, and soy
Yeah.
actually does not
Doesn't
do that at
affect
all. It
testosterone levels
doesn't lower your
whatsoever.
testosterone. It's just not
Yeah.
factually true.
Yeah. Oh, he's so good
that's-
at
he's
dismantling these arguments. He's
so
I
good
love his
too.
videos
It's so good
much.
because he doesn't even need to get into his own opinion on it, because he just lays the facts out.
Yeah, like his opinions
And
are
it's so
obviously
good.
evident through the video, but
Yeah.
he doesn't need to directly say, I think this, because it's like, of course I think this, because this is right.
Because it's true. Because
Yeah.
it's factually true.
Like his
yeah.
vaccine video, I've watched it twice now, and
It's
so
so
good.
good.
It's
It
amazing.
is a fucking masterpiece video.
It's just brilliant. It's just so brilliant.
And also like you cut like the way that they come together and the way that he structures his videos is like it's just so good.
It's
because like you
perfect.
think there's no way this can get any more fucking ridiculous.
Honestly.
And it just does.
I love
and
how
it's like, what
certain
the fuck?
parts of the video he's like, so I guess you're all thinking that maybe this couldn't get more ridiculous. And then he's like foreshadowing a funny thing, or like foreshadowing as a device used in media or whatever.
It's
God,
so
it's
good.
so brilliant. I fucking love him.
It's so good. It's really great.
such a
His
good
video on the
content
Roblox
creator.
oof as well.
I watched that
really
again
great.
recently as well. It's just
So
so
good.
funny. That dude, Tommy Tallarico, what a
Oh my
fucking
God.
insane guy. Like he's such a genius.
It's so good. It's so fucking good. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm actually
he
the
makes some
first
great
guy
stuff.
who, the first American to work on Sonic. No, you weren't. What? You're the
It's
only one we
crazy.
worked on was Sonic and the Black Knight in like 2010 or whatever, or 2009.
Yeah.
The first Sonic game came out in 1991, and there was an American working on Sonic 3. What are you talking about?
Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. Like, but it's just so crazy the way that dude has got away with it for so
Yeah,
long.
it's
Just
amazing.
lying, just completely lying. Like he lied about being on fucking Cribs.
Yeah.
Like how?
He was on
How
Gamer
did he get
TV.
away with it?
Do you remember
Oh
Because
my
we watched
God.
Gamer TV,
Yes.
didn't we?
Yeah.
So he was on
Yeah.
Gamer TV. We may have
He was
fucking
on Gamer
watched
TV.
it when that
We
was
probably
when that
did.
aired.
We
Or it was
probably
like a
saw
rerun.
it.
Oh god.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
incredible.
MTV
It's
Cribs.
so
I was on that a
incredible.
couple of times. You went on it once. Yeah, honestly, anyone listening to this podcast, go watch
man.
Hbomberguy. Go watch his videos on fucking the Roblox oof, the fucking vaccine, Pathologic. That's also a really good video. Pathologic looks like a crazy game. Even his long video on RWBY and or Ruby, I guess you could call it, and fucking Deus Ex Human Revolution, like all
that
those
was a
videos
great
are just
video.
so good.
He just like he exudes this like passion for things. That just,
Yeah.
like, I've never played a Deus Ex game in my life, but I'm like,
Yeah,
they ruined
yeah.
Deus Ex.
Yeah, it's like fuck you, fuck you for ruining Deus Ex.
They ruined this franchise I've never played, but now I love.
Yeah, like now I really
It's
want to
great.
go back and play the original Deus Ex to experience what that game is like because of that video.
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, definitely great.
Yeah, it's really, really good, and I think I've been watching him for a good time, and I think I don't know whether people can tell, but I definitely take inspiration from his
Yeah.
stuff, like subconsciously, definitely have.
Yeah, for sure.
I know also JXE has said in the past that she takes inspiration
yeah.
from Hbomberguy
Oh yeah, definitely.
very heavily,
I
and you
drew
can definitely tell.
comparisons between the two for sure. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
my
yeah.
Sonic Frontiers video, like inadvertently, the way I wrote it, because it's more of a critique about the bad parts of it. I definitely took inspiration from Hbomberguy for sure in the way I wrote that video. So
Yeah.
even watching his videos has helped me get better at writing critiques.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, there's definitely is. Like, you know, there's tons of different people you can watch to gain that sort of knowledge and experience, and you're like, oh yeah, I can look at it from this angle and this angle, and you know, do that stuff. And Hbomberguy is one of those that definitely for me
so good
helped form the way that I write scripts.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is you know, it's you know, great channel. Channel. If you don't watch him, if you somehow don't know about him, go watch his stuff.
Get on that shit. Honestly, you won't regret it. Like, if you like long form content, like he's made plenty of videos that are like easily consumable as well, that aren't like hours long too, that you can watch, that are also great. So just go fucking check his channel out. That's the Hbomberguy section of Fox podcast.
That's fantastic. But yeah, I think that's all our main topics. We can do the recommended now.
Yeah, cool. We'll do that. I only have one video today.
You have one.
It's a funny video. Let me get it from my notes. It's a funny little video, and it is called "Strapped Camera Onto a Stray Cat," and they get up to some crazy shit. Cats running about with a little GoPro on. This is like a whole genre of videos on YouTube of where people will like put like monitoring cameras on cats and stuff. See what they're getting. The thumbnail is great. You guys obviously listening can't see the thumbnail, but it's a picture of a cat like timidly staring into the camera, and it just says "Hey brother" in big yellow text next to it.
That's great. That's so good.
You gotta love it.
Okay, here we go. Strapped a camera onto a stray cat to spy on his friends.
Okay, I'm ready. I'll count down.
Okay, I am ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. This is so great. Just like this like community of stray cats that live in this sort of like construction yard, I think, whatever the fuck it is.
This is like Stray.
Yeah, basically. Look at this. He's going underneath there. There's his mates.
Oh my God, more cats.
There's so many of them. And he's like, meow.
Oh, look at that jump.
Yeah, that's what they do. There's like this cat etiquette where if they're in your way, you could just jump over them, and they just don't care, because that's just what they do.
So graceful.
It is. It's amazing.
Is he eating grass?
He is. He's touching grass. And look, he's got his little mate there. He sniffs his bum. He licks his bum, whatever he was doing. He's like, I won't rate in that, so I'm going to jump away. And they're dashing around. Look at them.
My God.
I think they get into some scraps as well, because obviously they're a little bit wild, so they get into scraps sometimes, but they always sort it out. And this one comes over and he's like, what? I'm not too sure about you, mate. Comes back to him. They're playing in the fields.
They're so quick.
They are. Like, I think if I wanted to get reincarnated as anything, it'd probably be a stray cat that can just like jump around
stray cats.
But they live lives, man. Look at them. They're just chilling.
Imagine if you were reincarnated as a cat, but you had all your memories from your past life.
That would be terrifying, but also kind of cool.
Yeah, I think that would be. I think it would be cool for like a couple of days, and then like I think you'd panic because you can't communicate with anybody.
Yeah. Like, it'd be cool if I was a cat and I could like get on a plane. Oh,
hey brother.
Hey brother.
That's the thumbnail.
That's the thumbnail moment. Oh God. Yeah, if I was a cat that could like explore the world, it'd be a little bit cooler. But imagine being stuck in like the same part of the same town for your entire life. It would get a little bit boring. Look at them. They're so cute.
They're having such a great time.
They're sniffing each other.
Like, in this Chernobyl-looking
place.
It
looks like it's been fucking run down. This little ginger cat is so cute.
God, it's so funny how much they look like Sora.
That's true.
Sora just looks like a fucking cat.
Sora's got that cat DNA inside of him. He does the cat mannerisms as well.
Yeah, he does.
I think in a second, like, one of the cats comes like bounding down and is like quite a violent one, and the one that we're currently on has to like run away from it. Look at it! Oh, it's so cute. Oh, there you go. Okay, it's this one. This one's kind of like annoyed for some reason. Look, comes back for him.
Oh my God!
He runs away. That one did not know what to think. Then it was like, right, mate.
That is one of the most classic cats I've ever seen.
Yeah, classic. Like, is it a tabby? Is that it? A tabby cat?
Is that what those are called? I'm not sure.
Let me Google it real quick. I think it is. Yeah, tabby cat. It's like the brown with the sort of stripes on it.
Yeah, there's a classic. You see them all around.
I'd love to get a cat. I really love cats. I used to hate them, but like honestly, I respect them.
I wonder how Sora would get on with a cat if I had a
He'd
cat.
probably hate it, and the cat would hate him as well. Or they get along because they're like the same.
Yeah, maybe.
Look how fast
I'm like,
it's
God,
running.
look at him! That was so funny.
It's like for no reason, just running around super quick.
Oh my God.
And it's giving him a kiss. That's so cute.
Cat did the intro of darkness, then redness, then whiteness.
That's such a classic. I like how they say hey to each other as they walk by. Give a little sniff on his ass. And then he's like, right, I'm off. Look at how cute it is.
This is so good.
And there's like a whole genre of content on the internet that's just this and different animals. But I think stray cats are, like, in particular, so interesting, the way they adapt to their surroundings. Because they're such, like, cats are so adaptable and so intelligent.
Yeah, they are. Like dogs, if a dog ends up stray, it just dies.
Yeah, like, it just can't look after itself. But a cat can, like, hunt, it can climb, it can jump,
Yeah.
it can form communities like this. Like, I mean, of course, dogs form packs, like wild dogs form packs and stuff, but I don't think it's as chill as this.
Yeah, it's interesting the way that cats are domesticated, but also they can live in the wild.
Yeah.
Pretty well too. Whereas dogs are domesticated and they just cannot live in the wild.
Honestly, I think cats are just obviously way more intelligent than dogs. Like, dogs are intelligent in different ways, but cats are like self-sufficiently intelligent.
Yeah, there's a more like instinctive part of a cat that's still there, like
Yeah.
the wild instinctive part.
For sure. I mean, that's why, like, you don't get very many, like, compared to the amounts of breeds of dogs you get, where it's like the form of the dog just completely changes. Like, most cats sort of follow this same sort of cat-like structure, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
'Cause dogs,
I think it's with dogs, their intelligence is like their way they can communicate and integrate with humans. That's probably where the intelligence of dogs is. That's like their specialty.
Yeah, that's where they're the best at.
Yeah, whereas cats are like intelligent in a way that keeps them alive.
And humans serve them. They didn't even have to
exactly.
try. Like, fucking humans have been serving cats for like thousands of years.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this little
Look
guy.
at them under here.
He's like, hey.
I'm loving it.
What a great video. I fucking love
That was great.
I'm sure there'll be more of that shit on the recommended section at some point in the future, because I like these videos. Maybe it will even be different types of animals as well, but I think the cat ones in particular are really cool. Like, especially when cats do like parkour and stuff.
Why'd that picture of a cat just pop up?
I don't know, look at it. That's hilarious.
That was good.
Good little bit of content. Yeah, there you
That
go.
was
That's
nice.
yours recommended for the
enjoyed
week.
that.
A little bit of an extra long video, but yeah, that's I don't want to overdo it. So if I can't find anything interesting, it takes me ages to find stuff, like if I deliberately go out of my way.
Yeah, no, that was a good video. That was a good video. I like that
Lovely.
a
I hope everyone enjoyed watching.
Very nice. We have got
Patreon.
one topic today.
Yep, that's all good.
One singular topic from James and also Earl Jones.
Legend.
So this could go one way or the other, but I haven't read it yet, so we'll read it now and we'll find out.
We shall find out.
James and also Earl Jones says, "Rightio lads, got a little story for you boys. So my friends and I were out doing an escape room for my mate's birthday.
Classic.
It was very fun, and we escaped with 19 seconds remaining. What would have happened if you didn't? Would you have been killed?"
It's like the trash compactor in Star Wars. It just squishes you all.
Classic. That'd be a good escape. No, it
be
wouldn't. I
terrifying.
was just gonna say that'd be a good escape, but it absolutely would not, because it's one tiny little room and you don't do anything, and you contact someone else to like switch it off. That's stupid. That's not really relevant, but a bit of background as to why we were out. After this escape room, we headed to the one and only Mackey's.
Hey.
We ordered our food, and we were waiting in the busy crowd when this person, I don't know how to describe them, as he looked older than me, 18, but he also looked a bit childish, turned to my friend group and started asking us about our views on Andrew Tate. Now, me and my friends all just sort of looked at each other and smiled awkwardly. This obscure teenager then went on to ask us about Christ and if we were true Christians.
Okay.
This is funny, as this random Scouse lad had just begun to start speaking about Kanye West and how he's being held back by the Illuminati and the high powers of the world. He then asked us to add his Instagram, which was named after the Boys character Homelander.
Oh, of course it was. What?
His feed was spamming religious TikTok edits, Homelander edits, and pro-white / Christianity supremacy quotes next to pictures of the COD Zombies characters. That's fucking incredible. I decided to drop him a message to fuck about, and some of the things he says is mental. At one point, he blamed the white man for destroying black culture with reggae music and how the works of the devil and how it's the work of the devil. He also believes that you should only listen to Kanye West's music. I have screenshots of the messages, but I don't know if that'll be appropriate or even if I can include them. Have a great podcast, the boys.
What does ruining the black community? What does ruining the black community with reggae music mean? Reggae music was created by the black community.
Yeah, blamed the white man for destroying black culture with reggae music.
What is he on about?
Maybe he mistyped and he means he blames the black community, the
other way around.
Black men for destroying the white community with reggae music.
Reggae
Maybe that's what
music's
he means.
so chill. Everyone should listen to it. What the fuck? This dude sounds insane. Anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if he walks around with his little headphones on thinking he's like fucking Patrick Bateman, whatever his name is.
Oh my
from
God.
Fucking
Should have
American Psycho.
dropped his Instagram. I want to see that.
Oh God, that would have been amazing. If you can next time.
Yeah, I want to see what he's posting. I want to see these COD Zombies characters with Christian supremacy quotes next to them.
Oh God. That sounds fucking hilarious. Oh,
so good. You got fucking Rick top on it next to it. It says "Love thy neighbor."
Oh God, what the fuck? That was so good. That was the best topic ever. What the fuck?
That was good. Thank you for that.
Man.
I really do appreciate that. That was very nice.
Also,
that was very nice.
Something I want to bring back as well. If you're listening to this, if you've made it to the end of the podcast, I want you to put your dreams in the comments section.
Oh, yes, the dreams.
We can bring back the dream segment in episode 4 because I realise we don't have Tyler here to tell us that it's fucking shit now.
True. I mean, that's part of the fun. We don't have Tyler to wind
true.
up and piss him off with
now we can just go deep into it. We can just
indulge in your dreams.
We can be as crazy.
Yes.
So if you have any dreams,
we need that.
Leave them in the comments, but also make sure to make them as detailed as you can. Like, I don't want one that's like 2 lines, where it's just like, went to the shop, there was Jimmy Savile, and he raped me, and that was it. Like, I don't want that to be the dream.
The shop,
yeah.
There was Jimmy Savile.
I don't know why that fucking came into my brain as that being a thing. But yeah.
I had a dream. Talking about dreams, I did have a dream the other day.
Go on.
I had a dream that I was a producer on the new series of Doctor Who. And I was on the show. I was trying to put it all together, and everything was falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the dream was that the episode was airing live.
Oh,
no. It wasn't like pre-recorded. Like the episode was airing live, and everything had to be in place and perfect. And David Tennant wasn't showing up.
No.
And I was in this like old like rustic tavern, and there was a bunch of goblins in there, which must mean that Goblin's Bar was part of my dream subconsciously. I didn't realise until I was recalling the dream to Elva. I was like, what the fuck? It was fucking Goblin's Bar!
In a literal sense.
In my fucking dream. It was in my brain.
That's fucking hilarious.
But that was all I remember from it.
I love dreams so fucking much.
It was good fun. It was very, very good fun.
Oh, I wish I had my dreams notepad folder that I could
Oh yeah.
So I could read off some of my old ones. I can't believe I lost it.
There was so many good ones. I always remember the orb of light.
The orb, that was
the
first one. I wrote that in like August 2015. Oh, there were so many good ones.
Yeah.
But alas.
I still have mine. I'm sure at some point I can go through some of them.
Yeah, we should do that for sure. Definitely.
I've got them. They're dating all the way back to 2013.
Holy shit.
So I have some 10-year-old dreams, yeah. One of my dreams 10 years later, a retrospective. There's probably some interesting ones in there.
My dreams, a disaster in disguise, and you get those comments like, bit fucking dramatic, don't you think? This video is clearly bit slow on the channel recently, innit? He's clearly putting this title to get some views. Even though like your last big critique has 600,000 views. So that doesn't even make any sense in the first place as a comment.
And the one before that has 250,000. The one before that has 200,000.
Yeah. Bit slow, mate. Bit fucking slow. Fuck off.
Clearly, you're not getting enough views, are you? So you decided to do something negative.
People will say that forever as their excuse to justify their madness at a video. Like,
it's so funny because, like, if that were the case, would I not have made a negative video on God of War 2018?
Yeah, exactly.
If negativity nets more views.
Exactly. You just make negative videos on everything.
Exactly. It's like people are coping so hard when they
really
say
are.
that, like, oh, you're only doing this to get views. Like,
It's
am
like,
I?
He doesn't actually believe this. He doesn't actually believe it. No one can actually believe this.
He's lying. He made a whole 2-hour structured critique and it's all a lie. He made it all up.
Oh,
He actually loves God of War Ragnarok.
He's just doing it for money, guys. He's part of the woke agenda. Oh, God. Fucking hell.
So fucking funny.
God damn. But yeah, everyone, leave
man.
your dreams in the comments. Put some bloody detail into it.
Yes.
Make it like a novel if you can. A short story if you can. Not a novel.
Let's
that'd be a bit too
have
long.
it.
But yeah.
Novel. Make it longer than The Hobbit.
God, who does that when they write something?
Oh man.
Oh God.
God. There we go. That's
Brilliant.
But that's it. That's
Yeah.
all of our topics. That's all of our bits and bobs. That's everything.
Been a
It was
good time.
Nice episode. Nice strong hour and a half.
Yeah, it's decent.
But yeah, that's it. That's it for the show. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time for another episode. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you.
We'll see you next week for Saturday for more Final Fantasy VII. If you're
more
down
Final
to stream
Fantasy
it.
VII. Yeah, exactly. That'll be
Cool.
good. That'll
Nice.
be great.
Wonderful.
Sweet. Good stuff. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. And we'll see you next time.
See you next episode, boys.
Catch you later, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.